Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. James Pledger producing as always. Man, there's a lot to get into. And I got to say, I just got distracted by something I saw on television. The milk crate challenge that continues. And apparently the Indianapolis Colts mascot did it successfully. But as I watch what the Indianapolis Colts mascot does, first off, you know, it's on AstroTurf, so everything is pretty smooth and even on the ground. Where some of the videos you see going viral, they're like in some sort of weird dirt field. But the guy, you know, they're stacked nice. He's got big feet. I'm guessing that probably helps on a balance level. But when he got to the top, man, he just got down to the other side in a hurry. He didn't stand up there and celebrate. See, I think, you know, most of the falls happen when you get up there and celebrate when you're on the king of the mountain. I saw some lady try to do that in high heels. It didn't work out well for her either. I don't understand the milk crate challenge. I'm just disappointed, Pledge, that you haven't done it yet.
Well, I mean, I would prefer not to try and break my back.
You say that, but you're a guy that sees challenges, sees stupid stuff on the internet, and says, I need to try that.
Sure.
And so while in your mind, you might sound reasonable, and yeah, I'm not going to do that, but somebody challenges you.
Sure.
Which I'm doing. You can't let it go.
Find me the milk crates.
Find you the milk crates. Apparently they're everywhere. I don't know where to find them.
I've never
but
seen
apparently there are milk crates everywhere. I think you should get one. I think you should find, you know, a display in some supermarket somewhere and just stack them all up and go do it. Before I get back from California, I need to see video of you doing a milk crate challenge that's stacked at least 10, 12 high. I don't want to see 3 or 4. I mean, you need to be off the ground. Like, could you stack them up and change a light bulb using the milk crate challenge?
All right. Well, I just got to try and find some milk crates. That's all.
You got some homework to do. I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. When I get back, there needs to be video of this. I mean, there's all kinds of challenges you like to throw me into, like this exercise challenge, because you know you're going to win.
Oh, I didn't do this.
Yeah, you did. So you might not have started it. It might have been some drunken talk in Oxnard, but you are the one that is certainly gung-go and egging everybody on because you feel like it's a challenge that you can actually win. So
I actually don't think I can win this. I've got the least amount to be able to lose.
Bragger.
Like, this is going to be easy for you, Rudy, Rob, and Carl.
Who said easy? You saw me eating cookies earlier. I mean, I found these new cookies. They're like crack. They're knockoff Oreos from H-E-B. They're called Twisters. And I don't know what I bought, but it came with a free thing of these Oreo cookies. And I'm not the biggest Oreo fan. I mean, I don't dislike them. If I see one somewhere, I'm going to pick them up. But if I were purchasing cookies, which isn't something I normally do anyway, I would not purchase an Oreo. I would not go, hey, I mean, a Nutter Butter I would get, some Chips Ahoy, some chocolate chip cookies, some oatmeal raisin cookies. You know, those are kind of my go-to. Not Oreos. I did buy the NBA Oreos when they came out of that just to see if the Spurs actually made it in the container, which they did. And it took me weeks to get through that. Weeks. This family-sized thing of Twisters, you know, it's half gone, and I just got them the other day when I got the Yingling beer. So what was that, Monday? that package is almost gone. I mean, they're as addicting as Thin Mints from the Girl Scouts.
Did they give you cookies with beer? Was that the free purchase?
No, it was something else. I mean, I didn't go into H-E-B and just walk out with beer.
Why not?
Does anybody go into H-E-B with one thing in mind and come out with just one thing?
I mean, when it's beer, I have.
So if you only need beer, you go to H-E-B, not the corner store?
Well, if it's like Yingling, yeah. Or if it's, something, a specialty beer that I can only get at HEB, yeah.
All right. Well, that's fair enough if it's only at HEB. But for the most part, I mean, you go into HEB only trying to get one or two things, and you end up, spending $100. Rudy Campos Jr. on Facebook Live says, I got money that says Pledge won't make it past the top of the Milk Crate Mountain before we yell timber. See, you got to prove Rudy wrong.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a safe bet, but again, you've got to try to prove people wrong. I want you to prove me wrong, Pledge. I think you got insurance. I think.
You think this is covered?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the other things you do, and that would be covered if things didn't go well for you. So it's possible. I mean, I've seen you. I mean, if you dare Pledger to do anything, he's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time in Oxnard. It was actually in Ventura, California, but we were in Oxnard for Cowboys training camp. And there's this really long pier. I mean, this pier is forever. It was dark. It was late. And we had been drinking for hours. Don't do it on the job, workers' comp. Nope, you got to do this on your own time. And off the station property. Our big boss is always concerned about liability issues.
Well, I got to do for social media purposes. I mean, this is just a work adventure. I'm doing this for content for the station.
There you go. So, I think I said to Pledge, man, he was like, how far does that pier go? It's like forever. I bet you can't run down there. Dude ran all the way down there. I assume he made it all the way to the end. I have no idea.
I took a picture.
I trust you. It was dark. You took a picture. It's the ocean. It could have been from anywhere. Along that pier.
There's a flag and there's some kind of monument thing. You saw it this time. You saw the end of the pier.
Yeah, I've been to the end of the pier, but never in a full sprint after a night of drinking.
It was long.
Uh-huh.
It took a hot minute.
It did,
but I did it.
I mean, it wasn't your best time. That is for sure. You would not have been happy with your time if it were an actual race. Sure. But that's what I'm saying. If you challenge Pledge to do something, you're going to do it. You and your buddy Roach do the stupid slap challenge thing all the time, which I think is actually dumber than the milk crate challenge.
No.
So I'm guessing you'll have no problem. And maybe that's what we need to do is we need to get a hold of Roach. He'll challenge you. Then you're going to do it. Then you're going to do it. Just don't let him, because he will hurt himself.
Yeah,
he would hurt himself. Man, we got a lot to get into on this Wednesday. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Cowboys and hard knocks from last night. Bryn Forbes officially back with the San Antonio Spurs. He signed his deal, and they made it official today. He's going to wear jersey number 7. He's going to bring that championship experience to the San Antonio Spurs. We got a lot of quarterbacks that are getting named as starters. To no surprise, Haynes King wins the Aggies job. And I say to no surprise, I think some Aggies thought that Caldaga kid was gonna get the job, but it was Haynes' job to lose. And I think about what that kid did in high school, winning a state championship, everything he's done. He brings a different dimension. Both quarterbacks have been in the system for a while. I think the playbook is going to be wide open, but the versatility that he offers, I am not surprised that Haynes King is the starting quarterback for Texas A&M as they get ready for their opener. It also looks like, although Sark hasn't said it, a lot of people are reporting that Hudson Card is going to win the Texas Longhorns starting quarterback job, including Chip Brown. If Chip says it, it's gold. Hudson Card is going to be your Longhorns starter. And this is, a lot of coaches don't want to name a starter for obvious reasons. You want that competitive advantage heading into the opener. But even on the pro level, Urban Meyer said today, Trevor had to earn it. Trevor's going to be the starting quarterback. I actually started to buy into maybe Urban is just afraid to put Trevor out there because he's going to get him hurt. But Trevor is going to be the starting quarterback. Urban made that official. He won that competition with Garner. Big stuff. He won that competition. Teddy Bridgewater beats out Drew Lock in Denver. And I think about the idea of naming your starting quarterback at this point. To me, has a lot more to do with who's going to get all your first-team reps. You look at Jacksonville, and we're in the preseason. I mean, this is the worst team in football, not named Houston. And fans are already questioning if Urban is into the job. Has he brought the college game to the pros? Is he in over his head? They want to fire the offensive coordinator. You realize in the preseason, they dumb everything down. They don't show you everything that you're going to see. I mean, there's a reason why they've got agreements with the media when you're covering training camp. There's certain portions of practice that you don't film and put out there because that's the good stuff that gets revealed during the regular season. Not a vanilla game plan in a preseason game, yet some Jacksonville fans, they hire an Urban Meyer and they get a Trevor Lawrence, and what do they think? They're going to the Super Bowl? You want to fire your offensive coordinator in August? Although we did have Mike Nolan last year, and you know, there are some coordinators that you do worry about. But I do think the idea of Trevor getting all the first-team reps for the next couple of weeks is going to help him. Same in Denver with Teddy Bridgewater. And the college level, the fact that Jimbo Fisher made that announcement today, with social media, with regular media, it's hard to keep things a secret. When practices are open, players talk, people want to know. But you've got, at some point, you've got to name your starter and get that guy all the first-team reps. And I think that's what you're seeing in College Station. That's obviously what you're going to see in Jacksonville, what you're going to see in Denver with Bridgewater winning the job there. There's a couple of jobs that are still open. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Nerlens Noel is suing Rich Paul. He got bad advice, didn't pay his commission. Rich Paul wants his $200,000. Nerlens Noel doesn't want to give it to him because he listened to his agent and turned down a really good deal, and it hasn't worked out well for him. A lot of weird lawsuit stuff today. You know, Nirvana has one of the most iconic record covers out there. I mean, you think about the Nirvana album with the baby on it that was naked, right? Everybody has seen that. It has been around forever. Well, that little baby in that picture is now a 30-year-old man. And he is suing Nirvana, the band, and 16 others associated with it for child pornography. He claims that the band, various record companies, art directors, and others violated federal criminal child pornography laws and caused him lifelong suffering by trafficking his image worldwide. There's 17 people named in the lawsuit. He's asking for $150,000 from each of these 17. It's a 30-year-old man who, by the way, on the 25th anniversary of the album, recreated the album cover for Rolling Stone magazine, although he was wearing shorts. So I don't know how damaged he really is. I think he turned 30 and realized my life is going nowhere. What's the easiest way to get a couple of bucks? But as you read the article, what surprises me is his parents never signed a release, nor did they receive a nickel for his image being used. That's on your parents, man. I mean, that's on your parents. But to wait this long and to go the child porn route with one of the best-selling albums of all time, and I mean, you think about that record cover. Everybody's had it. Everybody's seen it. I mean, you see it. It certainly grabs attention. You know, you think about things that you had when you were a kid. I remember Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet album. Remember when that one came out in 1986? The original album cover was a female, well endowed, in a kind of ripped up yellow shirt, if my 13-year-old memory is accurate. And it might have been cold, if you know what I mean. That was the original record album for Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. I had that. Walmart quit selling it. Or maybe Walmart never did sell it. Maybe I got it, I don't know, at one of the other record stores that we used to have.
Sam Goody?
Maybe. I mean, it might have been a Hastings in Copper's Cove.
Yeah, it sounds right.
I don't. I mean, I just remember I had that album cover, with her on it. You know what I mean? And of course, the album had to change because Walmart wouldn't carry it. Why didn't I keep that? I mean, you think about things that you should have kept from, when you were a kid. How much money do you think that record, that album in good condition would be worth today?
Do you think it would have still been in good condition, knowing you?
No. A 13-year-old me? Nah, you're right. I should have bought two. I should have bought two before they all went away. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google image that original album cover. When you're 13, that's saying something. Oh, that was good stuff. I think I probably stuck it on the wall like it was a poster next to, Heather Thomas and Heather Locklear and Samantha Fox and some of the others from back in the day.
Tawny Katane.
I never had a Tawny Katane poster. Farrah Fawcett, certainly. Everybody had that Farrah Fawcett poster growing up. So I'm sure I stuck it on knowing me back then, stuck it up on the wall like that. Right next to the posters of like Lamborghinis and Randy White.
So eclectic.
Very, very. It was a typical 13-year-old boy's room, man. It was right there next to the soccer trophies and everything. I mean, you get it all. I can't believe this dude is suing Nirvana at the age of 30. Crazy stuff. Did you watch Hard Knocks last night?
For a little bit.
You turned it off?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Last night's show wasn't that bad, although there was a great part in there where Dak Prescott talked about his fear of mascots. I'm not a mascot guy. Guys, people dressed in costumes. I don't necessarily need to go to the 13th floor during Halloween, although my daughter's way into that, so we always go. But mascots like Rowdy, the Cowboys mascot, might be the creepiest thing on earth.
Terrifying.
Although there is a new survey out when it comes to college mascots, and my daughter, who is at Arizona State, I am a proud Sun Devil dad. The Arizona State Sun Devils, according to this survey, has the creepiest and most offensive mascot. Well, Sparky here is apparently creepy and offensive.
Nah.
I don't think so. I think I like this logo better than the pitchfork thing that they're trying to go to, because apparently Sparky is a little too creepy.
I remember, because I'm not even a fan of South Carolina, but I remember Lids specifically in high school had South Carolina's name shortened on a hat.
Well, I mean, it wasn't because it was popular. It was because you could say Gamecocks on a hat, but leave off game.
Yeah.
And in that context, it's okay.
Yeah, I have one of those hats. I think I still have it laying around somewhere.
I'm sure you did. For obvious reasons. Let's all go back to being 13. I mean, that's what it boils down to, isn't it? I thought Hard Knocks last night was better than last week's, although not much better. The beginning of Hard Knocks with that drone video was incredible. Although, I wonder how many people needed Dramamine at the end of that 3 or 4 minutes, however long that was. I mean, because there was, the way that thing was flying through. And I'm glad that they released that it took, the Pelicans mascot that is a creepy. There are a lot
horrifying.
There are a lot of mascots out there that make you wonder. Are you trying to scare the little kids or encourage them?
Because the Fanatic's fun.
But at least, all right, Carl Schoening. And Orbit is fun. I mean, there are some fun mascots out there. Some are just creepy and kind of scary, and others are just creepy in a child predator kind of way, and that's the category that Rowdy falls into. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, the Cowboys cannot drive Rowdy in a white van. I mean, you know the cops are going to get called. I mean, so there are various levels of creepy when it comes to mascots. But you go back and you think about Hard Knocks last night, that drone video, and I'm glad that they released that it took them about 3 hours and 15 tries. I would like to see the outtakes of how many times that thing crashed on something. You know what I mean? You know, because it was zooming around, but all it did was show off Jerry Jones's building, which is incredible. I mean, that facility is fantastic. I have been there to parts of it. You know, obviously, I've never gone through the whole thing. So it was neat going into that main meeting room and all the different things that they do. Jerry Jones just needs to be the star of this thing. I mean, between him having the egg sandwich and telling the pilot, yeah, I can turn this damn thing around and go get Steven. Might as well just F up the day early. I mean, that was cool, man. I mean, you know, just Jerry, show off what it's like to be a billionaire. I mean, that's a lot better than some of the other stuff. I thought Trayvon Diggs' kid and the dude from the mailroom, they stole the show last night. They really did. And it's nice to see the guy in the mailroom hanging out with Dak and playing cards in the relationship, because it makes those NFL players seem so relatable. You go back to, you know, back when the Texans were cool, when we would go down there and eat in the lunchroom, when we would cover training camp, we'd get to eat in the lunchroom with the players, and they wanted everybody to sit with everybody. Regular staff sits with players. They didn't want players grouping up because they wanted everybody to know everybody. There was that sense that Cal McNair, or what was the dad's name?
Bob.
Uncle Bob. That Uncle Bob wanted, right? You know, you saw Deshaun Watson, you know, giving a lot of money to the ladies in the lunchroom after the hurricane. I mean, there is that sense that this dude is one of the coolest dudes working for the team, and everybody knows him. I mean, you got the quarterback, you've got the running back, and they're all playing cards. And my guess is those card games might get kind of expensive, but they ain't holding the mailman up if he loses. But if they win, they're gonna take care of him. I liked seeing that part of it, that aspect of it. The idea that, I don't know, Isaac Alcaron, or however you say his name, the international player, the offensive lineman, I thought it was a little too much on his family, but I appreciated what they were trying to do by showing off the international program that they have, interviewing his family. The other two guys, you aren't going to make the team. I don't need to get to know you that well. I like it when they show me the guy that isn't going to make the team but is in a legit position battle. And they haven't done that. The three guys that they focused on last night, none of them are in a legit position battle. You see what I mean? But it was more personable. Trayvon Diggs' kid, hilarious. Because, I mean, you get to see a little bit more inside of their life. But Jerry steals the show. And that little kid, Trayvon Diggs' kid, kind of stole the show. And as much, I mean, it wasn't as, we're not getting what we want because there just is no drama with this team right now. And they're not going to give you any good meat. You know, yelling at a backup offensive lineman because apparently McCarthy was upset that the conversation he had with Steven about Zeke's reps in the preseason, McCarthy was a little mad that made the final edit, even though the Cowboys do have some control there. So you know it's got to be more personality driven. And Jerry, just keep running the show, man. Just he's a rock star. Everything that Jerry does, it's entertaining watching him on Hard Knocks. Although I did see LeBron James, he loves Hard Knocks, and even suggested, wish we had that in the NBA for training camp and preseason only. Now, I could see LeBron James wanting to produce that. I think the Lakers during the preseason would be interesting. You know damn well Greg Popovich would never allow an NBA version of Hard Knocks to cover the Spurs during training camp. Although, wouldn't you love to be able to see what Greg Popovich is like in interacting with the players? Not necessarily on the coaching, but all the other stuff that we always hear about, but we don't really get to witness. You know, we saw some things in the Olympics some background footage that you never get from the San Antonio Spurs. But a lot of teams do that already, except the Spurs, with some good background stuff.
With the creative control that they give the teams, do you think you'd see anything from the Spurs?
No, that's what I mean. I mean, if LeBron speaks it and says he wants to do it, the Lakers are going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down with watching what it's like. I would like to see what LeBron is like in practice, how he interacts with all his teammates on a real level like that. I think, though, when you look at the collection of old players that they've added, I think it would be compelling TV. Any kind of behind-the-scenes look is always interesting. I mean, that's why they make so many documentaries on it. Although, last night's episode, a little slow. Little slow. I mean, when you've got a 4-minute drone footage and a 58-minute show, now granted, it was badass. And it was some cameraman showing off, hey, man, look what we can do. NFL Films, they'll win an award just for that 4 minutes. I thought it was pretty good. Maddy Skye will join us coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll also get into college quarterbacks getting the starting nod, including A&M and Texas. We'll talk about all that coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Barbecue Outfitters is your homegrown Central Texas-owned grill, patio, and fireplace shop. And they've got an end-of-summer sale going on now through Labor Day. That's 2 weeks that they're running this sale. This is when Barbecue Outfitters closes out any open box or demo grills, and they provide extra good deals on all current inventory. Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas original grill store with double in-store instant rebates on all gas grills, pellet smokers, charcoal grills, outdoor kitchen products, and Pollywood patio furniture. They've got brands like the Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, Yoder, Napoleon, Heston, and more. Great savings to get ready for the fall and, of course, football season. Barbecue Outfitters is honored to serve the Central Texas region with a local business that began right here 23 years ago. It's their big end-of-summer sale happening at Barbecue Outfitters over there at 1604 Chavano Park, right next to the Ridge Shopping Center. Learn more at their website, bbqoutfitters.com. Let's get a Sports Center update before we get over to Maddy Skye. Here's James Pledger with the latest headlines. Pledge.
Thanks a lot, Jason. In Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers took their opener in Cleveland, being the Indians 7-4 last night. They continue that series tonight. First pitch is set for 6:10, a game you can catch right here on San Antonio Sports Star right after the Blitz. The Astros have tied up their game with the Kansas City Royals. It is tied at 5 with 2 out in the bottom of the ninth. In other Astro news, general manager James Click announced today that starting pitcher Justin Verlander will not rejoin the team this season as he continues rehab from Tommy John surgery he underwent late last season. The San Antonio Missions dropped their series opener with the Midland Rockhounds last night, 9-4. Series they continue tonight with first pitch from the Wolves set for 7:05. Be sure to stay tuned to the Blitz for your chance to win tickets to tomorrow night's game. In the NFL, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott returned to action today as he participates in 7-on-7 drills with the team, his first competitive work since injuring his shoulder during training camp last month. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs have officially announced the signing of guard Bryn Forbes as he returns to the Spurs, where he spent his first 4 seasons after spending this past season in Milwaukee with the NBA champion Bucks, where he shot 45% from 3. Finally, in college football, a couple of starting quarterbacks as Texas A&M names redshirt freshman Haynes Keenes their starter, while Chip Brown of Horns 24/7 says head coach Steve Sarkisian is leaning towards Hudson Card. I'm James Pledger.
ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Thomas J. Henry Law has more than 2,700 five-star Google reviews from satisfied clients. If you've been injured and need an attorney, don't leave your case to chance. Contact Thomas J. Henry today at tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
In San Antonio, we have some of the hardest water in the country. Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners, a great locally owned family-run business by the Townsends. Alamo Water Softeners has a perfect solution for your family's complete water treatment. It's their top-of-the-line CareSoft Elite Plus 1 filter, which is an advanced 2-stage system built to protect your family from harmful contaminants that may be in your water. Right now, Save $1,000 on the CareSoft Elite Plus One system through Labor Day while supplies last. Just call Alamo Water Softeners. Have them come out to your house. They'll give you a free water analysis because, some chemicals and contaminants are undetectable. And at Alamo Water Softeners, they provide the best value for the highest quality water treatment. Take advantage of the Labor Day special. Save $1,000 on that CareSoft Elite Plus One system. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com. Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Everyone here knows Diamonds Direct is the place to go for the best diamonds at the best prices. But did you know that savvy buyers from all over America, even Los Angeles and New York, now come here to buy their diamonds? These high-end shoppers have discovered that Diamonds Direct has one of America's best selections of large, rare diamonds, from 3 carats to 20 carats, all certified by the GIA, the most reputable and most trusted gem lab in the world. Because of Diamonds Direct's international connections and tremendous buying power, we're one of only a handful of jewelry stores in America that is able to offer a large selection of rare and precious GIA diamonds. In fact, Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection includes a stunning array of high-end Riviera necklaces, 20-carat tennis bracelets, and an extraordinary collection of rare, precious gemstones, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and even the really hard-to-find fancy yellow diamonds. Come see why Diamonds Direct right here is the destination for high-end shoppers all over America. Extraordinary selection, quality, and unmatched value. And a short drive for you. Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
When your AC fails in the San Antonio heat, there is no time to search. Save Service First in your contacts and have an AC tech on speed dial 24/7. Service First. Save us before you need us.
Have Service First in your phone, 521-1500.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
The play is in. The Blitz with Jason Minix and Sports Insiders. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
I ain't even here right now. The city has a broad wide view, so too narrow it to bring to you. We brought in Maddy Skyeline. We brought in Maddy Skyeline.
It's Wednesday, time for Maddy Skyeline. Maddy Skye, the food and culture editor for the San Antonio Express News, joins us here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Maddy, how's your week? As you take a big old drink of water, right? Like, no, don't say that. Yeah. All right, take two. Maddy, how's your week going?
It's going well. It's been a long week, but it's going well so far. How's your week going?
Well, it's my Friday, so it's your first week in management. So I mean, are you stressing out having to go to a bunch of ridiculous meetings and all that kind of crap yet?
No. We only have one meeting, so nothing too different than what I was already doing. But it's been a good first week. Yeah, I just realized first full week of management, I think. But yeah, everything's checking out. Everything's going great.
All right. Now you wrote earlier something I remember hearing about this, I don't know, a year ago, but the unofficial kind of Big Three Spurs Day that's coming up.
Yeah, so we had it last year too because it was 2020. So it would have been September 21st, 2020. Now it's going to be September 20th, 21st, 2021. Yeah. So it's, I think there's a lot of like grassroots efforts trying to make it a thing. I'm sure as it catches on, maybe there'll be like, hopefully maybe food or drink specials. I know Commissioner Rodriguez for Precinct 2 is really pushing for there to be like an official designation. But I don't know. I guess there would be no other chances to celebrate that numerical order because, not until we won't be alive for the next one, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's September 20th of 21, so 9/20/21. Tony, Manu, and Tim this time, where last year, we just jumbled the big three around and you can make the numbers work. But yeah, I don't think this is, so it's just like a one-off thing. I mean, I don't know if the mayor can make it a holiday. It looks like some politicians seem to make up rules as they go along. So I think he could make it a holiday, maybe let the kids out of school. You gave a couple of ideas on your article about what to do outside of honking downtown, going honking on Commerce Street. What were some of the other things that you thought we should all do to honor the big three on their day?
I missed your question. You cut out after what? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, you mentioned in your article at mysa.com about going honking downtown on Commerce Street. What are some of the other things that we could do to honor the big three?
I mentioned that there are a lot of big three murals that have been provided to us by a lot of great local artists. So you go take a picture with one of those for your Instagram grid. There's one on St. Mary's by The Good Kind. That's really popular. And then there's my favorite that is this one on Houston Street at Phillips gas station that has all the big three kind of just like posing like this. So it looks like they're your bodyguards. I like that one too. You could rewatch the beautiful game, 2014 game, and relive all the memories because who knows when we're going to get one of those again. But yeah, it's just a nice, fun way to celebrate what once was.
It is certainly going to be a while. That is for sure before we get to celebrate another championship here in San Antonio. The last one in your article made me laugh a little bit. I know you got a birthday coming up. As you were getting up there in years, for you to write, sit a youngin' down and tell them about back in my day. Dude, your day was last week.
No, it's not. Well, back in my day when Spurs were winning, when we were kids and Spurs were winning, that was a magical time to grow up during that era.
Imagine
look
though.
Forward to every summer.
I think about it. Up until a couple of years ago, the idea that my daughter, whose birthday is Saturday, was born in 1998. She had never known the Spurs not to win 50 games and be in the playoffs until recently. I think she was 21, 22 when they finally didn't make the playoffs. And at the same time, she's never seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl in her lifetime, let alone play in an NFC championship game, let alone collect playoff wins. It's just crazy that during that time period, the teams that most that are listening right now love, the Spurs and the Cowboys, one has won a boatload of championships and the other just gets talked about a lot, but really hasn't won a damn thing.
See, I can't comment on the Cowboys. I don't follow football. I know my family, they're big football Cowboys.
They haven't won a Super Bowl since you were walking. I mean, you were in diapers last time they won a Super Bowl.
Was I even alive? When did they win?
96. It's been 25 years. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was talking. But yeah, I can't comment on that passion or that fan base because I don't really know. All I know is it's parallel.
It's parallel. You posted a photo earlier, and it's not your article, but you seem to know a lot about it. Or maybe it is your article. A vegan Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah, it is my article.
It is your article. I saw somebody else tweet about it too. The photos look incredible. Now, if you were to tell me, hey, it's a vegan Mexican restaurant, I probably am going to find somewhere else to go eat. But when I see those photos and I'm reading about your article, you're reading this and you can't tell?
It's not that you can't tell. You can definitely. Okay, so my reasoning or my stance on this is I will go and eat things that I know don't necessarily need meat. Like, I mean, you eat cheese enchiladas, so why can't you eat cheese? Or why can't you eat enchiladas with calabacita and it was zucchini? or I'm sure you've had just bean and cheese nachos. But if there's an option for meat, like I'm not going to go eat flautas from a vegan restaurant because I want the meat. Does that make sense?
Sure, it does.
Okay, so I like the nachos. The nachos are really good. I was thinking about them today that I was craving them. I just had them on Friday. They're delicious, and they give you this huge order for $7.99 that can easily feed 2 people, maybe even 3. And it's packed with so much good stuff. Or I don't know if it's good stuff. I don't even know if the vegan nachos are healthy, but it has vegan cheese, which is delicious. A lot of guacamole, very generous with the guacamole. Quinoa, and the quinoa has like really good texture. Some avocado drizzle. It's el pico de gallo. It's so good. Beans, delicious. $7.99 for a big order of nachos. You can't beat it. And the aguas frescas are great.
So you mentioned some. I mean, and again, I saw the photo. Went, if you put that in front of me, I'd eat it and might not know. My daughter went to college and turned vegetarian. I've eaten some things that she has either made or that I've made for her. Some I like. Most I don't, honestly. But a lot of times, if I know it going in, in the back of your mind, you're there. A guy that is fairly new to our radio station, Carl Schoening, who's producing R&R in the morning, and he does halftime. Apparently, he's on some sort of vegan diet right now. And he sent, us guys, we, in our group, Rob and Rudy, a lot of times we grill a lot. So we'll send pictures of whatever we're grilling to each other. And then Carl will chime in with a picture of, good Lord, I have no idea what he's eating. But then he'll tell you, it's that some sort of weird cheese, something with goat milk, and I don't understand if you're vegan, you can have goat milk, but not. And then there was a conversation, and you may or may not be qualified to answer this, but why do they call it goat milk if it's not really goat milk? And what is almond milk? Because you really don't get milk from an almond. Why isn't it?
I have no idea. I had to Google what vegan cheese was last night, so no, I'm not qualified. I just eat it, Jason. I don't know the ingredients.
Well, all right, you just eat it. I thought maybe you did a little research on it to figure out
vegan cheese.
The why.
I didn't drink goat milk, or I don't drink milk much, but I ate cheese, and that has lemon, natural yeast, and something else, but pretty good. Very creamy.
Because there's times where, my daughter will say she's doing this, and I'm like, but how is that okay, but the cow isn't? They're both eating grass. The cow actually is vegetarian. All it eats is grass, right? So, I mean, there are certain times where, and she just gets mad at me and doesn't really explain, right? So I thought maybe
you frustrate her, Jason.
I'm her dad. Of course I frustrate her when it comes to that. But it's difficult when you go places and, she can always find something on the menu to eat. So there's restaurants that she tries to get me to go to that ain't nothing in there for me.
Well, try Viva Vejeria. I promise you the nachos are great.
I sent her the article and said, next time you're here, we'll go try it. Because at the very least, I know I can get a cheese enchilada.
Or a calabacita enchilada.
Does it taste like a cheese enchilada?
I'm not going to say that. It tastes good. It's not supposed to taste like cheese enchilada. It's supposed to taste like calabacita, like zucchini.
Well, I don't know what that's supposed to. Am I going to leave there hungry and stop at a drive-thru and get a burger?
I'm telling you, get the nachos. What? Do you have something against nachos?
No, I don't.
Okay, then get the nachos. There you go. Problem solved. You will be full.
Yes, Mom. I will be full. That was a big plate of nachos, by the way.
Yeah.
You also wrote about Pat. Yeah, let's go back to the Spurs. Patty Mills will always be a San Antonio guy. He put together one hell of a goodbye video.
It was so good. It was some of those things that I had already forgotten about, or forgotten how young he looked when he got here. Not that he looks old, but forgotten how baby-faced he was when he got here. And you also see his wife. You also see his wife evolve with him, which I thought was really neat. She came really young too, and now she's this fashionista and has really grown into her own in the fashion world. So that was cool. And I think what's cool about Patty, I mean, granted, everybody loves the Big Three. I love the Big Three. They're heroes. But what's cool about Patty is that he really embraced San Antonio culture. He went to the Dia de los Muertos events. He was always hyping up Southtown and shining a light on his Southtown favorite businesses. he didn't go get a house in the Dominion. He lives in Southtown. You know, there were a few times where I saw him walking around and walking with his dog, which I thought was really cool of him. And he brought was the first ever Indigenous night to the Spurs game, which is the AT&T Center. So I thought that was really special about him and will be missed. I don't think we've ever seen a player embrace San Antonio like that.
And just be a regular guy. I mean, just, you know, I mean, one of the great things about San Antonio is you never know who you're going to run into. And most people are pretty respectful. I remember one time I was at a Buffalo Wild Wings and David Robinson and Bruce Bowen were having lunch, although it was a little bit later, and nobody bothered them until they stood up. And once they stood up, it was clear they were leaving. Then, you know, they you know, a lot of autographs and pictures and that sort of thing. But Patty he'll go anywhere at any time. You know, just a regular dude that plays for the San Antonio Spurs and never seems overly guarded like a lot of the other guys do. And you understand why they are. But Patty had a certain connection with San Antonio. He'll wish him well in Brooklyn, but I hope that he decides to make San Antonio at least a part-time home when his playing days are over.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back in the future.
It's possible, but I think he's got a place in Hawaii, maybe a place in Northern California. A guy could live anywhere. I just hope he spends some time down here in San Antonio. What's on the docket for the big birthday weekend?
Definitely dinner and some going out on Friday. We'll see what else. Friday's the actual birthday,
So if you see Maddy Skye out and about on Friday, buy her a drink. Do you wear one of those deals?
No, you didn't. No, I don't. I stopped wearing those. I stopped wearing those on my 21st birthday. That was enough.
Oh, come on. You can wear that thing. People will pin money on you all day long.
No, it'll ruin the outfit.
Oh, good Lord. We'll get a sash. Get one of your Fiesta sashes and have them pin it on that. But you will, but you will take free drinks.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah. If you see Maddy out, buy her a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. Absolutely. Maddy, happy birthday. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. Awesome. Maddy Skye, Maddy Skyeline, the food and culture editor with the San Antonio Express News, as she joins us every Wednesday. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we've got the latest on the Cowboys and Dak Prescott practicing. The Aggies and the Horns have officially named starting quarterbacks. At least the Aggies have. We know who it's going to be for the Longhorns. But did you hear about that the dude from the cover of Nirvana's album, that naked baby? It's a 30-year-old man now, is suing the band for child porn. We'll talk about that as we continue here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. It's fantasy football time. You're getting ready for your home draft, but you know what? I have found the best place to play fantasy sports online. It is UnderdogFantasy.com. And go to the website and play, or they've got a great app. You can download the app and play as well. And they've got so much on there, daily and season-long fantasy sports, the NFL best ball format, which is a great, easy-to-play format that will help you practice for your home draft that should be coming up. If not this weekend, I know your draft is going to be Labor Day weekend, which is right around the corner. And at Underdog Fantasy, they already have contests for the 2021 NFL season already live, including their Best Ball Mania 2 tournament, which is the largest tournament in fantasy football. $25 to enter, $3.5 million in total prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code radio. Make your first deposit. You're going to receive a free $25 in bonus cash. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store and register with promo code radio to get $25 cash for free with your first deposit. Download the app today. Start playing today. And don't forget to enter promo code radio at sign up. And if you don't like it, they guarantee your money back up to $100. Terms and conditions do apply. Play online. Download the mobile app, UnderdogFantasy.com.
Get the latest scores and more from high school football online anytime at 210varsity.com. Sponsored by the San Antonio Express News, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
You know, if you're having any issues at the house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. Write it down, remember it, because when you need them, you want them to be there. At Quarter Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quarter Moon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions. They have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. 651-5899 or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Welcome to Texas, where your backside will sizzle like bacon when you get in your car, unless you go to Mother's Window Tint, home of the Tint and Alarm Special, where you can also buy a new car stereo. Since 1984, Mother's Window Tint has tinted cars and trucks to keep them cooler and stop the sun from damaging their interiors. Texans like dark privacy window tint. Come to Mother's and get some. Legal and guaranteed a lifetime. Remember to protect yourself and your family. Buy an auto alarm today from Mother's. Starter kill, remote start, GPS locator, 24-hour live monitoring. Save $100 on the tint and alarm package of your choice. Austin and San Antonio stores. MothersWindowTint.com. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
15 days until the Dallas Cowboys kick off the NFL season against the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On your home for the Dallas Cowboys all season long. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, this is Sarah Spain, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, think about Nirvana. It's an incredible band, incredible record. The Nevermind album, you know, that naked baby on the cover of that album. Iconic album. Sold a gazillion records. The guy that is that baby, 30 years old now, he is now suing the band, record companies, art directors, for violating criminal child pornography laws that has caused him a lifelong suffering by trafficking his image worldwide. He alleges that there was commercial sexual exploitation he experienced as a minor, which has been distributed and sold worldwide and continues to haunt him to this very day. According to the lawsuit, they, quote, knowingly produced, possessed, and advertised commercial child pornography depicting little Spencer, and they got nothing in return. Here's the interesting part of this. His parents never signed a release nor received a dime for the use of the photo. We're in 1991. He is suing the band and 17 defendants for $150,000 each. Now, you watch him on interviews, and I've seen him as he's filed this lawsuit. It's a money grab. It is a clear money grab. This is a 30-year-old dude who's realized his life sucks, and the easiest way to make him some money is to file a lawsuit, call child porn. He found a lawyer that took the case. But I am surprised that his parents never had to sign a release, although it was 1991, and never got a dime. It's Hollywood. Hey, you want to use your baby? Sure, man. Let's throw him in the pool. Let's see what happens. Let's get a good photo. Why not? 30 million albums have sold. 30 million. Why does it feel like it should be a lot more than that? But 30 million albums, according to this. Geffen. But they're suing everybody. He's suing everybody under the sun, trying to make a buck. This can't go far. But what an interesting way for him to couch it. It's child porn, not name, image, and likeness, like athletes have used for, that they're now able to get paid on. And since we're in this category pledge, I know you were worried about how you were going to make some side income with OnlyFans getting rid of porn. They've decided that was a bad idea. OnlyFans is not going to ban porn like they said they were. You know that meme that, your favorite restaurant or bar is finally going to get their servers back since OnlyFans has got, that ain't going to happen. OnlyFans has reversed course.
My side hustle's still there.
You can continue to make money on the side on OnlyFans. Tell you what a brilliant move by OnlyFans. There are a whole lot of people out there that have no idea what OnlyFans was a week ago. And it's made every news outlet. Watch the CBS Evening News. OnlyFans is banning porn. What is this OnlyFans? And then you read, it says some OnlyFans workers have already left the platform and gone to another one. Well, which other one? I mean, OnlyFans has just made a gazillion more dollars with a lot of free publicity by saying they were going to take something away. And then within a week saying, never mind. Remember, they were all worried, we got to figure out how we're going to get, they've secured those bank loans. They're still going to be able to process credit cards. It's all going to be good.
I love it.
Pledge does. You can find his side hustle. At least you still come to work. Comical. Aggies, they have named their starting quarterback. We'll talk about that as we continue here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121 is the phone number. You can text the word bail to 474747 or even start the bonding process online. MyBestBailBonds.com is the website to go to. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. A lot of reasons for that. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. While it might sound good, if the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Man, there's a lot of conditions there. You want stress-free bail bonds, you call AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential, and of course open 24/7 to get you out fast. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, in the Valley, anywhere in between, AA Best Bail Bonds, license number 149. Call them 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
Football in America is a special game, a unique game played like nowhere else on earth. It's a rare game, and the men that play it make it so. Prescott, Elliott, Cooper, and Coach Mike McCarthy. And today these men walk the gridiron with one thing in common, with one mission between them. Winning. The Dallas Cowboys play here on the home of the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Football season is right around the corner. Fall is certainly right around the corner. You got to up your grilling game. Barbecue Outfitters is having their end of summer sale going on now through Labor Day. And you know, Barbecue Outfitters is your homegrown Central Texas owned grill, patio, and fireplace shop. And this is when Barbecue Outfitters closes out any open box or demo grills, and they provide extra good deals on all current inventory. You're going to get double in-store rebates on all gas grills, pellet smokers, charcoal grills, outdoor kitchen products, and Polywood patio furniture. And at Barbecue Outfitters, they've got all the big name brands like Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, Yoder, Napoleon, Heston, and more. Great savings to get you ready for the fall and, of course, football season. And they've been honored to serve Central Texas region with a local business that began right here 23 years ago. The Barbecue Outfitters end of summer sale is going on now through Labor Day. Barbecue Outfitters is there at 1604 Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. Go to their website, bbqoutfitters.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now opening at noon 7 days a week at all 4 area locations. Slackers is your home to 7 days a week happy hour, and they now start at noon every day. And by popular request, Slackers brings back their signature frozen drinks. Visit SlackersBarsSA.com for more info.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
From the Mother's Window Tint Studios, KZDC, we are San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday. I don't know where James Pledger just left, saw him run out the room if you're watching on Facebook Live, but that's all right. Edwin's in control. You good? I was about to do a giveaway. Edwin, do you know how to do giveaways? Are you sure? You're talking in the microphone, man, and nobody can hear you.
I don't know.
Got to push the right buttons.
I don't know how to do a giveaway.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Pledge is back. Pledge, I was about to do a giveaway, and you ran out of the room, man.
I was checking on something with one of our things for tomorrow with the Tri-County $50 gift card.
Oh, okay. Well, and hey, one of the things that you want to do, I found it. It's he's good.
Okay.
You want to win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market? If you've been grilling, upload that photo at sasportstar.com. Grilling with the Blitz tomorrow, right here on San Antonio Sports Star. You could win, but we've got something to give away right now. The Good Sam Texas kickoff is coming up September 4th at NRG Stadium. The Houston Cougars and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now, you could register to win a 4-pack of tickets at sasportstar.com, but we've got some tickets to give away right now. Now, James, I'm not sure if we've got a pair of tickets here or a 4-pack, but you just told me we've got some tickets to give away.
We got tickets to give away.
We've got tickets to give away to go see Texas Tech and the Houston Cougars play September 4th. Texas Tech has announced their starting quarterback. And tell James Pledger who that is.
Ooh.
And you can make up a name because James doesn't know who it is either.
Not true. He's one of my favorite.
Know.
He's one of my favorites going into next year's draft. I've mentioned him many a times going into the Saturday morning hangover. So
really, which is Saturdays from 9 to 11. All right, and if you don't know his name, but you know where he transferred in from, If you can answer that question, I want to make sure you're a Texas Tech fan. See, I heard on R&R in the morning the other day, this guy that told me all about, he was telling Rob and Rudy, I'm a big Tech fan. We always have these parties. Rob says, who's the coach? He said, Mike Wells.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably who Rob thought it was too.
Sure. I mean,
Jim O'Brien, Dick Nolan.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike Wells.
Works. Mike Wells, Matt Wells. So if you're a Texas Tech fan, or if you're a Houston Cougar fan and you want to go, just tell Pledge. 656-ESPN, 656-3776 on the Kia Bossa Bacon phone lines. Be the first person to tell James Pledger who is the starting quarterback of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And as Pledge is answering phones, it's former Oregon quarterback Tyler Show. He has won the job there at in Lubbock. I mean, Mike Wells has named him the starter in a hurry. No, I'm kidding. It's Matt Wells. And I know who Matt Wells is. He's in his third year there. And what's interesting is, I mean, he's the guy that was backing up Justin Herbert and beat out the guy that actually got to play 6 games last year. So you look at that and, quarterbacks are starting to get named. While Texas Tech is named a starting quarterback, so is the Texas A&M Aggies. Haynes King is going to be the Aggie starting quarterback. I am not one bit surprised that Haynes King won that job. He is going to be the one that is replacing Kellen Mond. And you think about replacing a 4-year starter. And up in Austin, they've had to do that a couple of times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I know there was a hell of a quarterback battle going on there in College Station, but I thought Haynes King was going to get the job last year. Towards the end of the year, I mean, I think he was the guy that had the job all spring, although there was a good battle going on there. And I think the surprise would have been if it would have been Zach Calzada, if he would have won the job. But I like Haynes King. I mean, the number 3 dual threat quarterback coming out, won a state championship at Longview. And with what he is able to do, you think about something that I remember Daryl Dickey saying at SEC Media Days, that his athletic ability, you talk about extending plays, the threat, what he can do with his feet, defenses are going to have to stay a little bit more honest with him. And because he's been in the system and he's played big-time high school football in the great state of Texas, I don't think that A&M has to dial that playbook back at all with Haynes King taking over. Not that Calzada would have had to do, but I mean, they're different quarterbacks. But I mean, the kid can throw, kid can run. By all accounts, everybody in the locker room loves him. The leader type. And his dad was a high school football coach. I mean, he played for his dad there at Longview, and they won a state championship. You look at, he was the one that was favored to win the job, and he did win the job. I am not surprised that Haynes King is going to be QB1 for the Texas A&M Aggies. Listening to Rob Thompson earlier, he seemed a little surprised. Now, I think, Rob's veterinarian Aggie underground certainly is, maybe they were looking for Calzada, but everything that I've heard from the Aggies, you look at it and you go, yeah. But I am not surprised at all that it is Haynes King. I mean, he was a stud coming out, was a great get for the Aggies when he got there. He got the job. And I think A&M is going to have a hell of a football season. I mean, they really are. I mean, Alabama in College Station, that's going to be the game. I mean, if A&M can not trip somewhere along the way, you're going to have a guy coming in as a brand new starter that's basically got to play great in one game, play above his head. Now, scary to think, some of the analysts who say this might be the best defense that Alabama's ever put on the field, that Nick Saban has ever put on the field. But with that game in College Station, that's going to be the hottest ticket in the country. I think when that game rolls around, that is going to be the hottest ticket in the country. Think about that. I'm not even an Aggie fan, but I'm going to try to go to that game.
You know some people?
I might. Andrew Monaco is going to join us every Friday. If he needs a spotter for that game, I mean, you know, the station does get some tickets, although there's about 15 people that I'll have to wrestle to get them, including the big management types, Mr. Hawkins. But yeah, I mean, there's you know, I've got some connections in A&M. In fact, last Aggie game I went to was Alabama and A&M a few years ago, and it was incredible. That was maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Of all people, I went with Frank Alosa. How long ago? How long ago did Frank live here? But yeah, I mean, just because I want to go watch great football. I mean, that's what it boils down to, and that's going to be a hell of a football game. But I know Aggies get nervous talking about it, but they should be a playoff team this year.
And that Alabama,
even if they don't beat Alabama, they just can't lose by 28 like last year. But if they take care of all the other business, they could be that additional SEC team in the college football playoff.
And if that Alabama game, you're talking about 2 quarterbacks making their, first year under center. So Bryce Young up in Alabama getting his first snaps versus Haynes King. I mean, it's going to come down to which quarterback probably makes the least amount of mistakes, because this Aggie defense is going to be really good as well.
They are, led by former Judson Project,
Marvin Leal.
Marvin Leal. And you look at that, again, it's not going to be Bryce's first game. It's not like they're playing in the opener. He's going to have some games under his belt by the time that game rolls around in College Station. And he's playing in the SEC. He understands. I mean, what's happening in College Station, no different than what he sees all the time. And I think that's going to be one of the things that Texas and OU might be a little surprised by when they join the SEC, is the tailgating, the rabid fans, the atmosphere. It ain't going to Manhattan, Kansas. It ain't going to Lawrence. It ain't going to wherever the hell Iowa State is at in the great state of Iowa.
Ames.
I mean, yeah, that's it. Ames. I mean, it's going to be and A&M understands how to play in that. So does Bryce. I mean, Tattoo's making $1 million on NIL, and the season hasn't even started. And you look at some of the programs that are going to have new quarterbacks this year, from Alabama to Ohio State, A&M. Texas is going to have one after having a longtime starter as well. While Sark hasn't named Hudson Card the starter, all the reports are out of Austin, including Chip Brown. He's going to be the starting quarterback. That doesn't surprise me either. When you look at what they offer, and I think for Texas, it's less about the quarterback play this year than what Bijan Robinson is going to be able to do. I mean, the legit running game, by the end of October, Bijan Robinson's going to be a Heisman candidate. I know he's already on some of the lists now, but his odds are pretty far. I think they're just going to climb up. And what we saw in the Alamo Bowl last year, and you got a coach now that says, hey, man, we got this toy. We might as well use it. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
And don't forget, along with Bijan Robinson, Sark not only had all those great running backs while he was at Alabama, but he brought their offensive line coach in Kyle Flood, and that's going to translate this year, I think, as well.
Well, one of the things that Sark did, and 2 + 2 is 4 last time I checked, even though I was never great at math.
Yeah, checks out.
I looked at all his hires when he was making them, and was surprised to see the amount of SEC experience on his coaching staff. Here's a guy that made his bones on the West Coast and spent a very short amount of time, although very successful amount of time, in the SEC. Yet he built his coaching staff with SEC-type coaches that are going to add a level of toughness, which the 2 + 2 part, he knew when he took the job Texas was moving to the SEC. You see what I mean? If there was expansion out west and he would have brought in more Pac-12 type coaches, and they moved to the Pac-12. You could see where that was leaning as well. But when you look at a lot of those coaches, the assistant coaches, they're going to be able to recruit SEC. They understand SEC, the SEC toughness of what it takes. He knew what he was doing when he got that job, and he knew they were moving to the SEC. And that's going to help as they close out the Big 12. Although, even this year, you look at how stacked Oklahoma is. And unless Spencer Rattler just completely pisses the bed, Oklahoma's going to run away with the Big 12. I mean, there's going to be a Saturday early October. Texas is going to have a chance. They always seem to. You know, just like I was talking about A&M, they've got that one game they've got to focus on. I think the same could be said about Oklahoma. They can't trip up against Texas. I think they'll be, you know, Iowa State, and I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting Iowa State. I'm not. But Oklahoma just seems that far and away better than everybody else in the Big 12 coming into the start of the season. I want to throw up in my mouth as I say that as a Longhorn fan, but it's the truth.
And part of me feels like it's the only true contender to Oklahoma is Texas, because I feel like if Sark gets his program ground level laid and Hudson Card plays the way he should, if he's going to win this battle.
The way he should, or the way you're hoping he does?
Well, if he's going to win this quarterback battle, you would hope that he established himself in a certain way, and it won more just the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, no, and that's true. And again, when you look at the Big 12, I mean, Oklahoma, Iowa State, yes, Iowa State, legit. I mean, Iowa State is a hell of a football team. I'm surprised Matt Campbell is still there. I think TCU has a chance to be pretty good this year. Oklahoma State, you know, they're a roller coaster, man. They're up and down. I'm not sure. You know, they're going to be a middle of the pack team. Baylor, no.
Tech.
Yeah. Who? Tech?
Tech.
Did you say Texas Tech? What about them?
They're in there.
They're in there. They're not going to be on the on the supposed to be good list. Are
TCU?
They? Oh, I said TCU. I think TCU is going to be pretty good this year. I'm not sure about Oklahoma State. After that, the rest of the Big 12 is, you know, it's Oklahoma. Then I got Texas and Iowa State, or Iowa State and Texas. Then maybe TCU and Oklahoma State. And then everybody else.
The amount of disrespect for Tyler Shaw.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. He and Mike Wells, man, they're going to do well. Did we give away those tickets?
We did.
All right. Somebody actually knew Tyler Shaw?
Close enough.
What'd they say? Tyler Shoe?
Show.
Because they read it? They Googled it? Or did they really claim to be Texas Tech fans?
He also knew he came from Oregon and what year he was as a classification. So,
was it a Texas Tech type that actually won?
Texas Tech type.
All right,
class of 03, I think he said.
Oh, awesome, man! See, that's what I like, man. If you went there, you know you're going. More power to you. I mean, you know, I'm a huge football fan. If I lived in Houston, like if this were happening in the Dome, I'd go just to watch college football. You know, I miss, you know, the odd times, random times where we've just had a one-off college game in the Dome. Remember a couple years ago, Notre Dame played, was it Washington State?
Was it Washington State or Georgia Tech?
I think it was Washington State. And then Army has played here. I mean, I know we've got UTSA, but, you know, looking at some of those big-time programs, and I guess I should mention, so we're talking about quarterbacks, Frank Harris is going to be the starting quarterback for UTSA. And they're 2-0, all the multiple numbers all the single digit numbers, the 2-0s, Frank Harris still wearing number 0. Mm-hmm. Although I will say is, and I love Frank, watched him at Clemens, everything he has gone through with injuries. But I really like Josh Atkins as a quarterback. Transferred in from New Mexico State, former Smithson Valley Ranger quarterback. If something happens to Frank, I love what Josh is going to bring to this football team. And I wonder if Jeff Traylor will have different packages to get Josh in there. I know Josh got his opportunity last year and got hurt right away, which was so unfortunate. And for him, lucky enough to have that extra year of eligibility. But I love what Jeff Traylor's got going on over there at UTSA. We'll talk some Cowboys football coming up in about 10 minutes, but we do have some Spurs news to get into. Bryn Forbes is officially back with the San Antonio Spurs. We knew he was coming, but he made his signing official today. Spurs put out some video of him wearing that jersey, number 7. And I know there was... I don't want to say this great fanfare of, hey, Bryn's coming back. Right? But the idea of Patty Mills leaving and all the guys that have left, having some corporate knowledge come back. And there were some times last year, a lot of them, that you missed the 3-point abilities that Bryn Forbes has. He can't play defense, isn't going to play defense at all. We know what he is. But he does bring in some corporate knowledge. And he has played with a lot of guys there, so it's not like you've got to completely integrate a new guy in. But he also went to a team that won a championship. And he has been through those playoff wars. And the experience that he offers, along with familiarity, I think is going to help him and the San Antonio Spurs next season.
Yeah, I think some experience. I think experience is a big thing. You know, I started with DeJounte. Derek was here the next year. A few guys. Played a few years with Jakob. You know, just that experience. Left and saw some things, some different things. Saw what it took to get to a championship. I think that experience is something I'm gonna be able to take on with me and hopefully give to our team and to the young guys.
Yeah, and you think about that championship experience that he got. Congrats to Coach Bud. You know, during that Brooklyn series, they were ready to fire him, and they would have. Wins a championship, gets a 3-year contract extension with the Milwaukee Bucks. But I look at the addition of Bryn Forbes. If my math is correct, now they have 17 guys on guaranteed contracts. Is that right, James? So they're going to have to either waive or trade 2 players on guaranteed deals before opening night. And that kind of takes me back to what I've said multiple times. I don't think this Spurs team is done yet. I don't think they are done. I would not be surprised to see a trade involving the Spurs before the start of the regular season, before the start of training camp, as they continue to put this season together. And I will maintain, I look at these young guys and the amount of work that they're putting during this offseason, including the ones that are still here in San Antonio, not on vacation, not in their hometown gyms. I look at Keldon Johnson. He's gotten to a knack of putting on social media a picture of his shoes at the practice facility and a timestamp. That guy's working all hours of the night. I'm guessing Keldon Johnson has the key to the building and go whenever he wants, turn the lights on and go get in some hoops. But that guy seems to be working out a lot. And you know he ain't alone. He's getting those other young guys together, and they're getting after it. I think that's pretty impressive. You know, all the ideas that, you know, are they going to win less than 25 games? And what does Vegas have them at, Pledge?
28.5.
I think they'll get over that. And keep in mind, what does Greg Popovich need? 22 to become the all-time winningest coach?
I think it's like 24, 25, something like that.
I think it's 22. It might be 24, 20. He's going to get it this year. He will. I don't know if that's one of the reasons why he's coming back, just so he could be on the top of that list. But I look at what Greg Popovich is doing and those guys. I think they are going to be better than what a lot of people think. They're not a playoff team by any stretch. But if you're heading to Vegas and you see that 25, I think I'd win some money on that. I really do. It is the Blitz here on 1250. What do you?
25.
He's 25 away from
Donnie Nelson, so he needs 26 to break it.
To break Don Nelson. So is he 22 from Lenny?
He is 22 from Lenny. He's at 13.10. Lenny's at 13.32. Donnie's at 13.35.
So the question is, he wants to get better than Lenny, but does he want to pass his good friend Don Nelson? Yes, he does, because he's a competitor. So 22 to pass the next guy on the list and 26 to be on top of the list. That makes sense. He'll get there this year. Brian Nino on our Facebook Live says, we missed the playoffs. Yeah, dude. You know, we do miss the playoffs, but I tell you what, I would rather not make the playoffs. It's August 25th. I can say this now. I'd rather not make the playoffs than sneak in as the 7th or 8th seed and get bounced in 5 games in the first round and be stuck drafting in the middle of the draft. I want to be a good competitive team that is fun to watch, that's entertaining, that loses just enough to not even get close to that play-in thing and get in the lottery. Because you're not rebuilding a team drafting 12 to 18. You're just not. You know, you're drafting in the 20s in the first round all the time. You're not going to rebuild. If you're not going to have a chance to win the whole thing, and that's still my Spurs mentality. I mean, there are cities out there like Portland, and I think even Portland has kind of changed. Certainly Dame Lillard has changed. Where getting into the playoffs and maybe getting to the second round, you can say, man, that's a great season. Mentally, I'm not there yet as a Spurs fan. I don't want to get bounced in the first round. This ain't Memphis. Although, I do remember Memphis as an 8 seed knocking off the top-seeded San Antonio Spurs one year, but that's because Ginobili snapped his arm in that regular season finale against Phoenix. But again, I look at that and I don't want to be a playoff team. Not this year. Get in the lottery. Draft's going to be pretty stacked next year. Try to get a top 5 pick. A pick in the single digits. You're picking in the double digits, it's going to be tough. So, no, I don't want to just be a playoff team. I want this team to suck bad enough to get a high enough draft pick so we can accelerate the rebuild process with one of those high draft picks that could be a cornerstone type guy.
Couple of players just, keep an eye on as a Spurs fan next year. Duke, Paolo Banchero. And
hold on, what is that? Because I was at Paisanos the other night. I think that was on the menu.
It might be, but that great marketing opportunity for him if he ends up in San Antonio.
It's possible. Is that the number 7?
It might be. I'm not sure.
You get the side of ranch if you're James Pledger.
Yeah,
you order it with the side of ranch. Yeah.
Or Gonzaga. Pay attention to them. Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, every time I say I like a Gonzaga guy, everybody tells me how wrong I am. I wanted a Gonzaga guy this year, and everybody said, no, you don't need a Corey. The dude could shoot.
So can Chet Holmgren, only he's 7'1".
I'm just saying. I mean,
with him,
I would have taken a Gonzaga guy this year, and if I had the opportunity, a Gonzaga guy next year. I like Mark Few players. I'm good with that. It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Coming up, Dak Prescott back at practice today. We'll get into some hard knocks as well. Injuries do happen. If you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need to know about Dr. David Espinosa at ESAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries, and he has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There's no reason for you to be in pain. If you're hurting, call Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Schedule that appointment by dialing 210-804-5490. 210-804-5490. Or you can learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com. We'll talk some Cowboys, Dak, COVID list, hard knocks after the latest headlines from James Pledger. We get an Astros final yet, Pledge?
We do have an Astros final, Jason, as the Astros beat the Kansas City Royals 6-5 in their rubber game in 10 innings as Alex Bregman made his return to the lineup. He scored the game-winning run and also went 2 for 5 at the plate with an RBI. on the day. They'll return to action on Friday as they continue the Silver Boot Series in Arlington against the Texas Rangers. In other Astro news, General Manager James Click announced that starting pitcher Justin Verlander will not be rejoining the team this season as he continues to rehab from Tommy John surgery. The Texas Rangers took their opener in Cleveland last night, being the Indians 7-4, a series they continue tonight with first pitch coming up here in about half an hour, 6:10. You can catch it right here on your home for Texas Rangers baseball, San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair. The San Antonio Missions dropped their series opener against the Midland Rockhounds 9-4 last night as they'll try and even that series up tonight when they continue it with first pitch from the Wolves set for 7:05. And be sure to stay tuned to the Blitz for your chance to win tickets to tomorrow night's game. While finally, in the NFL, Dak Prescott returned to practice as he participated in 7-on-7 drills, his first competitive work since he injured his shoulder. I'm James Pledger.
ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice-cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
Hey folks, Bob with Barbecue Outfitters, your homegrown grill, patio, and fireplace shop. We're having our 2-week end of summer sale now through Labor Day. This is when Barbecue Outfitters closes out any open box or demo grills and provides extra good deals on all current inventory. Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas original grill store with double in-store rebates on all gas grills, pellet smokers, charcoal grills, outdoor kitchen products, and Pollywood patio furniture. Brands like the Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, Yoder, Napoleon, Heston, and more. Great savings to get ready for the fall and everyone's favorite, the football season. Barbecue Outfitters is honored to serve the Central Texas region with a local business that began right here 23 years ago. The Barbecue Outfitters end of summer sale on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center and at barbecueoutfitters.com. Come and see us.
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system means better gas mileage for your car. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $8. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. For a clean, lubricated, more fuel-efficient system, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Yeah! Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
You hear all the time about Diamonds Direct's prices and selection and warranties. All true, and all good reasons to give us a visit. But what really sets Diamonds Direct apart is something that's hard to put into words. But you will feel it. You'll know it from the minute you walk in. It's our unique culture, our passion, our genuine and absolute desire to totally revolutionize the way you experience jewelry shopping, with a laser focus on celebrating your special moments. Every associate, every receptionist, every jewelry craftsman, every single person at Diamonds Direct shares this DNA, this overwhelming desire to exceed your expectations, to honor your trust, to revel in your moment, to make your experience truly magical. This is not a mission statement written on our wall. This is the essence of who we are. It's what drives us every day. It's why we do what we do. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. For real.
Jason Minix, The Blitz.
Here's the way I see it, Ted. Guy puts a fancy guarantee in a box because he wants you to feel all warm and toasty inside.
Yeah, makes a man feel good.
Of course it does. Why shouldn't it? You figure you put that little box under your pillow at night, the guarantee fairy might come by and leave a quarter. Am I right, Ted?
What's your point?
The point is, how do you know the fairy isn't a crazy glue sniffer? Build model airplane, says the little fairy. Well, we're not buying it. He sneaks into your house once, that's all it takes. Next thing you know, there's money missing off the dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times.
But why do they put a guarantee on the box then?
Because they know all they sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit. That's all it is, isn't it? Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed, I will. I got spare time. But for now, for your customer's sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to think about buying a quality product from me.
So, Pledge, you're bumping back with Tommy Boy for a reason. You know, James Pledger is the producer of this fine radio show. You know, generally a producer would send links to a variety of articles covering all kinds of topics that he thinks are going to be good for the show, things that I might be interested, things maybe I missed it, but what are going to be good show topics that you care about? You know, whether it's the Cowboys or the Longhorns. No, James Pledger only sends me stuff involving the Houston Texans. But this headline, even I clicked on it. A lot of times, James sends me topics involving the Houston Texans that I don't even look at. I got to be honest. I don't know what's going on in their offensive line. They're going to be bad. James will send that. Yeah, you know, again, you know, all the things that he should be sending every day. I never get that. Never. But a Texans article, you know, and to his credit, I mean, he always tries to get us to talk Texans, and a lot of times we'll have the Texans on our rundown and talk about something completely else. It's almost a joke, although it's actually worked out to be very, very true, that every time we plan on talking about the Texans, we talk about something else. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's like big breaking news in the world, like OnlyFans deciding that they're going to reverse course on outlawing porn.
Mm-hmm.
But this headline we got to talk about. According to an article in The Athletic, they did a survey. I mean, big-time people in the National Football League, they did this survey with all the suits, if you will. And one of the quotes that came back, a guy named Ben Standig from The Athletic, said, one anonymous agent said, quote, a lot of league folks have compared McNair to the movie Tommy Boy. Old Cal McNair, the Texans boss man, is compared to the movie Tommy Boy.
That guy in a little coat. That guy in a little coat.
Don't.
That guy in a little coat.
I mean, don't you get the idea when they have the owners' meetings and they all go sit in the big old boardroom tables and everybody's in there, that they see Cal McNair walking in and that's what they're thinking? That's exactly what they are thinking. I mean, a guy that only has a job because his dad, Bob, bought a football team many, many years ago. Houston, so the poll was 33 NFL certified agents, and they voted on a series of topics. Houston received the most votes, 11, when asked which team had the worst offseason. No other team received more than 3 votes. But then you go back and you think about some of the brilliant moves that have happened since Uncle Bob passed away and Cal McNair officially took over. You know, the trading of DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of chips, letting J.J. Watt leave, the contract that they signed Laramie Tunsil for. Now, Bill O'Brien gets credit for all of those poor decisions, but somebody signed off on them. and that is Cal McNair. I mean, you think about Bill O'Brien walking into Cal's office and saying, we've got to trade this guy. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Sure, whatever you think, Bill, Bob, whatever your name is, Obi. It's crazy. Although, if I remember, it's been a long time since I've watched Tommy Boy Pledge, and you are the movie guy. But Chris Farley plays the ridiculous idiot son of the guy that owned the auto part plant or something, right?
Callahan Brakes.
Sure. What was it called?
Callahan Brakes.
Callahan Brakes. So
they sell brake pads. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Again, I'm just kind of sort of remembering it. And he's an idiot. But doesn't he actually save the company at the end?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a way that Cal McNair, with the help of his good friend Jack Easterby, could actually, in a decade, if things go right with the movie, turn this damn thing around, right?
A Hollywood ending.
It's been a long time since I've watched Tommy Boy. And even longer since I've thought about Tommy Boy. But in the end, because it's Hollywood, did it all work out for Chris Farley?
It did. It usually does. He's the blundering oaf that stumbles into greatness.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Not really.
There's hope for you Texans fans.
This isn't Hollywood.
But, I mean, let's face it. When you trade Deshaun Watson for maximum value,
to get maximum value?
There could be, right? I mean, they haven't traded him yet because they're not getting maximum value. Do you see Nick Caserio? And I do like what I've seen from Nick Caserio at this point. The dumpster fire that he jumped feet first into and how he has handled certain things, while they have had an awful offseason. In reality, what the Texans are going through reminds me of what the Astros did when they decided they were going to lose 100 games a year. Poor Bo Porter. He was the manager that had to sit through all of that. And the guy playing the role of Bo Porter is David Culley. Right?
That's 100% true.
But if you can get max value for Deshaun Watson, and there's no reason to think that at this point, there's no reason to think that the Texans won't get max value for him. And when I say that, at least 3 number ones. At least 3 to start with. Because if they just wanted to get rid of Deshaun and take whatever they could get, the best deal at the time, he would already be gone. You got to believe there's been plenty of lowball offers for Deshaun Watson that Nick Caserio has said, no, I'm not even calling you back. Do you think GMs leave voicemails?
I mean, think honestly, so.
When was the last time you checked your voicemail?
I check mine.
I've kind of quit leaving messages when I call people. I mean, if I know them, they're going to see that I called. Half the time you leave me a voicemail, I'm just going to call you back, not listen to it. I might look at the transcription that I get on the iPhone and kind of laugh and go, he said what? And then you know what I mean? But in reality, I mean, I wonder if they even call each other back or leave a message. I mean, because if you know me, you'll text me before you leave me a voicemail.
Well, it depends. Is it his office phone? Is he leaving a voicemail there, maybe? Hey, Nick, it's Howie Roseman over at the Eagles. Give me a call back when you get a chance.
Howie, 3 number ones. Call me when you got that. Oh, there's dust on your phone. I mean, you look at it. I mean, I do think if they were going to take the best deal available, like there was a time with Kawhi Leonard. Did the Spurs get max value? No. They got the best deal available at the time. The Texans aren't in that same situation. Otherwise, he'd already be gone. Now, there needs to be a lot of clarity in the Deshaun Watson case for them to be able to get max value. But at this point, I think they're willing to ride it out. I mean, they've done everything they can to get max value. They're making them show up for work. They're making them practice on the side. Let's play a little bit of safety while Listy has the number 4 quarterback. I mean, and we're coming up to the point where he's going to have a roster spot. Right? I mean, they are sacrificing a roster spot for Deshaun Watson. Now, I might get to the point if I'm David Culley, if I'm Nick Caserio, if I'm Tim Kelly, and say, Deshaun, you want to play quarterback? I mean, you're here. We can't trade you. You're still getting paid. You want to play quarterback? I wonder if they'd even let him. I mean, if he is that engaged in all the meetings that we keep hearing about, and he's helping the other quarterbacks in that room, and you know he's an athlete. He's a competitor. We know that about Deshaun Watson. I mean, all the icky stuff that you've heard about, that has nothing to do with what that guy wants to do on a football field. And he might say, I don't want to play here anymore. Trade me. They haven't been able to trade him. I wonder if at some point in the very near future, if he's showing up again, dude, let me play quarterback then. Let me help my trade value. I still want out, but let me play while all this is going on. Because the one thing I know about athletes, when they've got turmoil in their life, the best place for them is on the football field. Death in the family. Brett Favre goes out and throws a bunch of touchdown passes on Monday Night Football. Michael Irvin going through his trial. Best place for him was practice field and game field because you could block all the other noise out. If you're Deshaun Watson, at what point do you walk into your coach's office and say, put me in, coach? I mean, I'm showing up every day. I'm doing everything you've asked of me. And from the organization standpoint, it looks like the Texans have done everything they could and can for Deshaun Watson. You want to play quarterback? We're paying you. Might as well see you on the field. I mean, you look at it that way. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually ends up playing quarterback again for the Houston Texans. I've heard nothing that suggests that's in the works. I haven't read that anywhere. Just a gut feeling by me that at some point he hasn't been traded. They haven't sent him home. The commissioner, his hands appear to be tied when it comes to going on the exempt list.
Mm-hmm.
I know on Yahoo, Charlie Robinson has an incredible article detailing some of the reasons why the NFL can't talk to him yet and investigate because of all the other investigations that are going on. So the commissioner can't really do anything legally. The Texans, all they can do is make them come to work and work out on the side. But your best player is working on the side, making a boatload of money.
Make them earn it.
The competitor. Well, I mean, but I think the competitor in Deshaun at some point is just going to want to go play quarterback. I just want to go play ball.
I like the Astros comparison because that just means that the part of Nick Caserio is being played by Jeff Luhnow, which means there's an cheating. Obviously coming from the Patriots organization, there's going to be a cheating scandal somewhere in their future as well.
Well, I mean, the NCAA might investigate and put him on probation. I mean, it's certainly a possibility. Who knows? Hey, Dak was at practice today. Threw the most he has thrown since the month of July. We'll talk about that as we continue here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. You know, Kielbasa smoked meats. Love the sausage, love the bacon, and their breakfast links are incredible. And they've got some new maple breakfast links that are available at select H-E-B stores. If you haven't tried them yet, you're missing out. When you get into H-E-B, you look for the Kielbasa maple breakfast links. These breakfast links, little sweet, little savory, delicious. Perfect as part of a nice weekend breakfast spread. Great for a busy weekday morning, especially if you're on the go. They come fully cooked, 45 seconds in the microwave. Heat them up, and they are fantastic. You can find Kielbasa Maple Breakfast Links at select H-E-B stores. Make sure you go get some Kielbasa today.
Who's ready to play some ball? Friday nights under the lights. Don't miss the high school football game of the week. Powered by Electric. This Friday on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Jason Minix here for Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, there's no better place to go than Ancira, and I can tell you that firsthand because I am a long-time Ancira customer. Through the years, I've bought many vehicles from Ancira, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available, and, of course, that great customer service. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner. Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors that stand out in the Me Too snack aisle. Sea salt and cracked black pepper, pineapple ancho chili, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to higher flavor levels with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Hi, welcome to Smoky Moe's.
At Smoky Moe's Barbecue, we smoke our meats fresh, in-house, each and every day. We think it makes all the difference in the quality of our moist, flavorful brisket and turkey, and the mouth-watering tenderness of our ribs and pork loin. Got a crowd? We've got group packs and full-service catering. Up early? We've got made-to-order breakfast tacos. Find your store at SmokyMoe'sBarbecue.com and come see us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Smoky Moe's Barbecue. The pit is lit.
Welcome to Texas, where your backside will sizzle like bacon when you get in your car, unless you go to Mother's Window Tint, home of the Tint and Alarm Special, where you can also buy a new car stereo. Since 1984, Mother's Window Tint has tinted cars and trucks to keep them cooler and stop the sun from damaging their interiors. Texans like dark privacy window tint. Come to Mother's and get some. Legal and guaranteed a lifetime. Remember to protect yourself and your family. Buy an auto alarm today from Mother's. Starter kill, remote start, GPS locator, 24-hour live monitoring. Save $100 on the tint and alarm package of your choice. Austin and San Antonio stores. MothersWindowTint.com. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Texas Rangers baseball.
Leo 1. Joey looks to bunt toward third. Nobody there. Base hit, Joey Gallo.
Texas Rangers baseball happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Rob Thompson. I'm your home for Dallas Cowboys football. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Thank you very much, Rob. It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star. Speaking of the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, he was back at practice today in a fuller kind of way than he has been in a long time. He took 18 snaps during 11-on-11 work. He completed 11 of 12 passes. Jaron Kearse actually batted a ball down at the line of scrimmage. Did have a 30-yard completion to tight end Blake Jarwin. So good things happening there with Dak Prescott. You want to go see the missions? Call Pledge right now. Be caller number 5, 656-ESPN, 656-3776. I'll talk to you boys on Monday.
Emotion. There are few places in the broadcast universe where emotion is so sweet.
Nothing in 1 to count. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball hit out into left field. Cave going back to the wall. He leaps. It's out of here. Home run for